I became a semiconductor engineer graduating from NIT Surathkal in 2001 and was able to work with Texas Instruments and Intel, two of the pioneering companies in innovation, particularly in semiconductor space. And that gave me a sense of what global leadership in technology is all about. How nations are looking at technology as a strategy, and how sometimes we as a country have to do more to build technology as our central strategy. At Intel and Texas Instruments, I came across teams across the world that would collaborate to build the next generation of technology leadership. And I sensed that if people from across the world can collaborate in an organization, then why can we not collaborate as a country from across the states, from across the towns and villages to build this nation? So this is where I changed the course, going from what I said, inspiration, to a sense of mission. Somewhere growing up in these Air Force bases and looking at the life in my village in Bihar, I realized that we as a nation have to become more powerful. And that realization, I don't know what was the exact moment of that realization, but that realization powered my aspiration to work in social sector. It is that aspiration to work in social sector that motivated me to pursue higher education. I went to IIM Bangalore, thereafter helped find the India office of MIT-based startup, and eventually sought to seek global education, went to Kellogg School of Management, worked briefly with McKinsey, went to Harvard Kennedy School. The year I joined Harvard Kennedy School, 2009, that was the year President Obama had just become the president a few months back. And that was also a new turning point in politics. That was a time when in politics, small voices counted way more than bigger voices. Small amounts of activity, support in politics counted way more than any time before in America. And that spirit, that citizen voices count more powerfully than ever before, was emerging because technology was playing a role. That spirit also shaped my vision for politics. From 2010 onwards, I started working, first in building a campaign for NDA in Bihar, where Nitish Kumarji was seeking a re-election. I graduated, worked for 5 years in Bihar with Nitish Kumarji on ideas of better public leadership, better policy. And along the course, interacted with a young chief minister, Akhilesh Yadavji of Uttar Pradesh, who had a vision of his own for the state. It is these interactions that gave me a strength to believe that we have strong leadership in the country. That if governments try to do things, they will be able to shape a better future for the country. So I narrate this story because I want to present this clear impression in you that as you look around you and look ahead for the 20 years that lie ahead of you, it is far more important than just the knowledge that you carry. It is far more important than that to look at the values that you carry, the sense of mission that you carry, the sense of purpose that you carry. Today, as a national spokesperson for Samajwadi Party, and as somebody who has seen this kind of journey, my mission is to build a track, build a road for young people, for the youth of this country, to be able to enter politics with their global experiences, with their capabilities, with their dreams, their visions, to shape society. I believe that as we build our career, we have to connect ourselves with the larger mission of a nation. The larger mission of a nation as in India is the unfinished agenda that lies ahead with us. As I speak, we are also in that sad moment where 45 of our brave soldiers have lost their lives. And I want to say to you, every one of those soldiers who laid down their lives bravely, every one of them had a dream for the country. Every one of them had their own dreams for their family, But their sacrifice for the nation became far more supreme than their own dreams. And I feel that when somebody lays down their lives for the nation, their dreams, their family, वो लोग देश की अमानत बन जाते हैं. उनके सपने, उनके परिवार, वो देश की अमानत हो जाते हैं. ये जिम्मेदारी इस युवा पीढ़ी पर है, हम सबके ऊपर है कि जो सपने उन्होंने अपने लिए देखे थे, अपने परिवार के लिए देखे थे, उन सपनों को पूरा किया जाए. यही है हमारे देश का अनफिनिश्ड एजेंडा. अगर आप देखिए कि हमारे देश का अनफिनिश्ड एजेंडा क्या है, व्हाट इज द अनफिनिश्ड एजेंडा ऑफ आवर नेशन? The unfinished agenda of our nation is, when we look at politics, our politics has seen an episode of dishonesty and corruption. The unfinished agenda of the nation is to make politics honest and to enable right people in society who have a desire to serve the society and the leadership and knowledge to power the society to enter politics and change it. When we look at economy, the unfinished agenda of the nation is to bridge inequality. The fact that year after year in our nation, the rich have become richer and the poor have become poorer is an unfinished agenda of our nation. If we look at education, the unfinished agenda of our nation is, in a number of poor states, 2 out of 3 girls don't pass the high school. A lot of girls, more than 1 crore in India, get married under age of 20, even become mothers under age of 20. And I believe the most difficult job in the world is to become a mother at the age of 19 or 20 without proper education, and then thinking that what kind of nutrition, what kind of immunization should you offer to the child. So those of you who look at education has to look at the overall scheme of the unfinished agenda in education for the country. We are a nation where we have to improve every school. We are a nation where we have to improve the quality of education at every child. We are a nation where we have to build the esteem in every student, especially the girl students in the country, that you can acquire this knowledge and go out and build your own career. I say this to this august room because I believe every one of you are powerful, emerging leaders in your own might. I believe that you will be able to look at your own journey so far, look at your values, look at your inspiration, and look at one of these unfinished agendas and say that alongside in my career, I will champion this one thing. Because where we stand as a nation is we don't need one champion who becomes a gladiator for everything. What we need is every one of us becoming champion for one cause. If we as a country becomes a champion of a country of 1 billion champions of various causes, we will always be a developed nation. So as you look at your own values, your inspiration and your mission, please do look at the unfinished agenda of us as a country. As you look at the career trajectories that lay ahead of you. There was a time when I was graduating where you would think of jobs in a sense of decade, that I would at least join a company, work there for 10 years, maybe more. But today we are facing a gig economy where you would think about doing 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs of 6 months, 1 year or more before deciding what do you want to dedicate 10 years of your life to. In that gig economy, your knowledge of the life around you, your life experience, your courage, your values, your ability to learn very, very quickly, and your ability to adventure on untested territories are going to be the most powerful engines of your career. In this gig economy, your profile is going to be a public profile. For most of my career, there was no LinkedIn. There was no Facebook. There was no daily celebration of achievements of my colleagues. Success was individual and was there at its milestones. But in your career, success is going to be visible every day. It is social. And you have to think that how do you build your esteem in this social chemistry of success. I think that it is far more important today to think about succeeding individually as well as think about succeeding collectively than it was in my time. So as I look at this powerful class, I want to leave you with the ideas that as you think about your own success individually, also pray for your own success, for your success collectively as a class. Because the road ahead of us, powered by technology, is going to be collaborative. The shared economy that is emerging in front of us will force every one of us to bring our skills, our knowledge, and collective spirit to build the new generation of companies, new generation of systems, organizations. So your success is not going to be an individual success in this new era. I believe your success will also be collective success in this new era. And if you look at the collective values that we as a nation carry, if you look at our mythology, you realize that as a nation, we have always placed sacrifice as the highest value. As a civilization, we have always placed sacrifice as the highest value. As a civilization, we have always placed courage as maybe the second highest value. And then comes the idea of merit. So as you look at the values you are going to live by, do place a sense of where we are today as a country. Do place a sense of who we are as a civilization. Do place a sense of your own life experience. Do place a sense of the collective, the idea that success is going to be social, the idea that success is going to be collective in a shared economy. And do place the thought that while we do not know what the 20 years that are ahead of us would look like, what we do know is that if we are able to continuously skill ourselves, learn new things, apply them, we are going to have a great career. With these words and a firm belief that every one of you will have success in whatever best you strive for and try for, and every one of you will use your success not just for yourself and your family, but for also the betterment of the nation and for the fulfillment of the unfinished agenda of the nation. I wish you good luck as you pursue your career. Thank you.